The new Trimble R980 is the latest Trimble flagship GNSS receiver. Built on the same platform as its predecessor, the R980 still has features like industry-leading Trimble ProPoint, the GNSS processing engine that allows us to work in more rugged GNSS environments than ever before, TIP, or Trimble Inertial Platform, which provides inertial-based tilt compensation positioning, and now also features an updated communications platform. The new UHF in the R980 has a 450 and a 900 MHz radio to suit the application that you need. We've also introduced a 4G LTE cellular modem where users can put a SIM card into the receiver to work in a VRS survey style or with Trimble's Internet Base Station Service or IBSS survey styles. Also included when you purchase a new R980 is an initial 12-month subscription to Trimble Centrepoint RTX correction service. With Centrepoint RTX, you can work anywhere without the need for a VRS or a local base station and still achieve survey grade results. So what are some of the differences between the new Trimble R980 and the R12i receivers? The R12i only had a 450 MHz radio, while the R980 delivers us both a 450 and a 900 MHz radio that can be controlled and changed by the user. The R12i only had a 3.5G cellular modem, where the R980 scores a 4G LTE cellular modem for users to utilize the more expansive cellular networks around the world. The R980 also has a larger internal memory than the R12i, up from 6 GB to 9 GB in the R980. The new UHF radio in the Trimble R980 gives our users the choice between a 450 and/or a 900 MHz radio in one neat package that can be controlled and changed by the user.
To change the radio band in your Trimble R980 is very simple. Go into GNSS Functions, choose Data Link in the top right-hand corner, and then the Connect soft key at the bottom of the page. Once Trimble Access has connected to the internal radio in the receiver, choose either a 450 or a 900 MHz band, and then don't forget to change your frequency and your radio operation mode to suit the other receiver. Hit Accept, and the new band is set.
Trimble has modernised the R980 with a 4G LTE cellular modem, allowing users to utilise the more expansive cellular networks around the world and still achieve more than enough data downloading than is needed for a VRS or an IBSS survey campaign. IBSS, or Internet Base Station Service, is a new feature in Trimble Access where, rather than using a UHF base station, a SIM card is loaded into the base receiver and corrections are streamed via the Trimble data centre to the rover. The rover then connects to the base station via the internet and corrections are streamed from there, much like a VRS survey is conducted today. What this means for users on the ground is that there are no more pesky radio broadcast licenses, there's no more interruptions from other networks or other users, and there's no more consideration of the topography to put your radio in the best position available. Just start your IBSS survey style and stream your corrections. You might already be familiar with some of the technology in the R980. Trimble ProPoint is the name given to the GNSS processing engine that gives us fast, precise and robust initializations. We can work in challenging GNSS environments, near buildings, nearer and even under trees, and work happily in urban canyons. As part of ProPoint, we also have IONIGuard. Solar activity peaks once every 11 years, with the next spike predicted to be in 2025. This has a direct impact on delays and stability of GNSS signal and a negative impact on precise positioning. With IONIGuard, Trimble is mitigating these effects in receivers enabled with Trimble ProPoint. Trimble Inertial Platform, or TIP, provides inertial-based tilt compensation positioning. This means that we can measure a point even when the pole isn't perfectly plumb. It allows users to work safer, faster, and smarter by collecting each point as they go, rather than having to go back and collect them later, or even worse, having to break out their total station for. With exfil, your R980 will continue to measure even when your local corrections stream has dropped out. You might be in a patchy cellular environment, you might be on the cusp of your UHF radio range. With exfil, an L-band delivered satellite correction will step in automatically and allow you to keep measuring even when those other sources don't. When you purchase a new Trimble R980, you'll also get an initial 12-month subscription to Trimble's Centrepoint RTX correction service. Centrepoint RTX is a satellite-delivered correction, or it can be delivered via internet protocol, and it gives you the freedom to keep working even when you don't have a VRS network or a local UHF base station. One of the great features about the Trimble R980 is TIP, or Trimble Inertial Platform. TIP allows us to take measured points even when the pole isn't perfectly plumb, thanks to inertial-based tilt compensation measurement. We can see at any time in Trimble Access one of 3 different places where we can confirm that TIP is on or not. The first is the RTK status, where we can see RTK and IMU-based precisions. The other is the GNSS functions icon that shows the receiver being tilted. The third and last place is the map screen, where there's a yellow arrow that points in the direction that our receiver is pointing. At any time, we can turn tilt compensation on or off by tapping on the GNSS functions button and then selecting IMU tilt compensation and turning it off. We can see in the RTK status bar that initialization is dropped, and then it comes back in once it has reinitialized. Likewise, we can turn TIP back on by doing the reverse. So we tap on GNSS functions, we find IMU tilt in that bottom line and turn it back on. Again, the RTK initialization is dropped, and when it comes back in, we also need to initialize the IMU. When we initialize the IMU, it's simple as just perhaps waving it around for the tilt compensation to come back in, or we can start moving off to our next point and the IMU will initialize as we are on the move. Also part of TIP is an integrity monitor. The integrity monitor is constantly monitoring not only our solution age, but other conditions such as the temperature or whether the receiver has sustained any significant knocks. It will actually warn us if there are any issues with any of those items. So with TIP, with the integrity monitor, and with Trimble ProPoint, you know that every measurement you take is going to have the best quality possible. The R980 is available today. If you'd like to see a demonstration, or if you're ready to make a purchase, contact your local Trimble distributor.